Hello everyone, it's Dragana from Saacibo. I'm very excited to share with you my latest digital kit. It's called Forest Whispers. I worked on it for about 3 months on and off. It was a very busy period for me, so that's why it took me so long. But I'm really happy that I got it together and it turned out really nice. It's available in my Etsy shop as a digital download. With the purchase, you get to download 2 files set up for printing on A4 sheets of paper, and the other one is set up for printing a letter or legal. There are 31 pages in total. This digital kit has a lot to offer. There are background pages, writing pages, tags, cards, fussy cards, masterboards, pockets, envelopes, stationery general, and some postcards as well. I will go through them all now. I will start with the masterboards and the actual collages that I made that inspired me to actually do this kit. So let me put this aside. There are 3 masterboards in this digital kit. They are created from my original collages, which I have here. These are the originals. I had fun one day with some leftover images and bits and pieces of paper lying around, and I wanted to use them up, and I also wanted to do a collage. I really like doing collages, and once I finished, they turned out so lovely, and I wanted to use them in my journals, but I didn't want to use the originals. So I decided to scan them in, and of course after I scanned them in, I actually enhanced them a little bit. I added some different pictures, changed a few bits and pieces just to fit them all on this paper format rather than the square ones like here. And so this is the end result. I think they turn out really nice. They've got this nature theme going on with lots of beiges and browns and with splashes of color like yellow, blue, green, pink, and they would make a really nice journal. You can use those to create covers. You can cut them up to make tags, cards, and you know, possibilities are endless. So they are the masterboards. Alright, now I also included in this pack a couple of pages, I'll put this away, a couple of pages of just cards that I made with these masterboards. Some are landscape version and some are horizontal. You can use them as cards, tags, decorations. You can turn them into pockets. You can cut bits and pieces off. I think they look really nice. They're like some sections of those masterboards that are actually separated, and I thought they would look nice like that. There's a big one here. This one can be easily made into a tag, and also added a few pictures of mushrooms and some wildflowers. Alright, there's one page with just images that you can cut out and use to decorate your journal throughout. 3 butterflies, 2 dragonflies, a pink rose, vintage rose, and some of those wildflowers in this oval shape that actually matches that size. So if you don't like that picture, you can cut that out and place it in here. It should fit inside, and you've got 2, or even you can print this 3 times and use different ones, so you have 3 different kind of like cards. This could even be on the journal cover. I think it looks really nice. Alright, I also have another digital kit called Herbal Collection, and those cards in that kit look like this, and they're all with different herbs. Now this is not a herb, this is a flower. It's Bosnian lily. It grows only in the region where I live, and I couldn't include it in that kit because it's not a herb, it's a flower, so I included it in this digital pack. Alright, now you can make tags and things like that, ephemera pieces for your journal, just using the masterboards and the cards that I've shown you. But apart from those, I actually created 3 pages of just tags with those masterboards as the basis. I think they turned out really nice. Like there's 3 really large, there's also 3 large ones here that are a bit wider, there's 3 medium ones, 2 small, and a bookmark. I think those are just so nice and very easy to make. Like you can print them on cardstock and just cut them out, or you can print them on copy paper and back them up with some recycled packaging. You can leave the bag plain, or you can add some book pages and add your personal touches, you know. But I'll show you what I made with these 3 pages. They're right here. I had fun the other day. I wanted to see what they look like when they actually cut up, and I was really happy with the result. I can use these in several journals to decorate. There you go. I think they look really cute. That's the bookmark one. I added some bling here and a topping, and I actually printed them on 180 GSM paper, which is same thickness as your regular scrapbooking paper, but I backed them up onto some recycled packaging. I picked the one that has a white background. After I inked the edges and I've stenciled some of the backs, I actually stitched around, sew around with the zigzag stitch, and I think they look really pretty. You know, they are digitals, but by the time you add bits and pieces to them and a bit of 3D effect, I think they look really nice. That's that one. This is my favorite actually. There's this one. I did some bling here and one of my altered buttons, some stenciling at the back. There's that one stamped on the back. This one has one of the background papers from this kit at the back. There's this one. What do we have here? Yeah, just some stamps. Alright. I actually painted these on top. Put little dots just to give it some texture. Here I put some bling as well. And a stamp. Stenciling again here, yep, and this one. So with just those 3 pages you end up with that much ephemera that you can use in several journals. So all you need to do is just, you know, add other elements that you have to create something unique. Alright, that's those. Put them aside. Now, there are also a few pages of just plain backgrounds or patterns, should I say. This one is created by scanning in one of my tea-dyed papers that had a really lovely pattern throughout. So if you don't have time to tea-dye your paper, you can just print as many as you want. This one is also tea-dyed, but as it was drying I placed this stencil on top and it created this pattern. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it looks like a mandala or doily, because I can only do one at a time, I decided to scan it in and just print as many as I like, because I honestly don't have time to keep tea-dyeing paper. It's a tedious job. That's that one. This is again a corrugated cardstock that I painted and scanned in. It's got lovely brown and beige shades, and it works really well with other elements of this digital kit. There are 2 pages of vintage looking wallpaper. One is brown and the other one is that same color as the tea-dyed paper. I think I used the background, the tea-dyed background, and placed this pattern on top to have that effect. Those can be used throughout the journals, for covers, for backing of the tags, cards, you know, to create different elements, pockets, envelopes, and so on. Alright, let's close. So, this kit also has 3 different pages that were meant for writing. One is just with lines, there's one with some birds and mushrooms, and another one with a nest and a European jay. So the way I use these is like I print a few of each with lines on one side and just plain, one of the plain backgrounds on the back, and when you fold them up, they are your journal pages. And you always have, you can have one side that is plain and one that's lined. I think it works really well, and you can use this one and add different elements or stamps or whatever, make it really unique and special. Or if you don't have time, you just print those out, and there's a few designs that you can. There's also those 2. This one has some kind of like vintage writing. It's difficult to read, but it's just, you know, one of those backgrounds that look like a really old paper. And this one has that vintage wallpaper pattern on it, with lots of beige, pink and browns and greys. It goes really well with all the other bits and pieces from this pack. That will be those. Now there are 2 pages with envelopes. Okay, you can use these to make envelopes, or even you can print out on thicker cardstock and create yourself like a template to trace over other papers that you have to create envelopes. So I included one with a pattern and one with just tea-dyed. The way I use these is I print on the front, I print the envelopes on one side, and I would print one of the plain backgrounds on the back, so that when I cut up these, I have a nice backing. And I just included some flowers here and a lace here, just, you know, not to waste that bit of paper there, you know. And you can use those to decorate throughout your journal, or to even decorate these envelopes. I made a couple just to show you. This is that one, and I printed same as here, the tea stained paper. I cut it out, I folded it along these lines, glued here a little bit, and that's it. It's quite easy to make. Now there's this one also, and that's on the back. It's just after I printed and cut it out, instead of folding it the other way, I folded it in so that this side would be on the outside and that on the inside. But it can be done any way around. Even this one can be, you know, you can have that on the front, or any other paper. You can print any paper in the back, whatever you want. But that's just what I've done with this digital pack. So that's the envelopes. Now there's more. There's 2 pages of pockets. They are those 2-fold pockets. You fold in and then you fold out, and you get 2 pockets. And I've done a few just to show you. That's the one. Okay, so you have a pocket here and you have a pocket here. Also, when you glue this on the page, you can glue on 3 sides and have a tuck in here. They're quite easy to make. You can print just on one side, and once you fold, you add a different piece of paper here to that area to cover the white. But I didn't do that. I actually printed on both sides. So when I, made it, I had that back paper showing up here. So it's up to you how you do it. If you don't mind white, you can have it white, that's fine. You can just add some decorations there. Those butterflies here are just, something to fill up the empty space so the paper's not wasted. But once you cut them out, you can use them to decorate your pockets. Alright, and those two can be used as side pockets, your page corners, or even on the top. So, and you can also decorate them with those little butterflies. And another thing that I have in this digital kit are the postcards. So with postcards, there's 3 pages of just postcards fronts, but they don't have to be used as postcards, obviously. You can use them as just pictures. You can cut them out and put on journal covers, on pages, make pockets with them, journaling cards, whatever you like. You don't have to use them as postcards at all. But if you decide you want to, there are backings for each one. Okay, and they're all different. They all have different images. Like the roses, they go with these. The ones with an owl, they go with those. And obviously these two, they go with this one. That's the longer one, and that's the longer one. So like I said, you can print them separately and then glue together. Obviously you would have to add some cardstock to make it quicker if you use thin paper, or if you have a thicker paper like a cardstock, you can print on both sides and just cut out. That's what I've done here. I printed on 350 GSM cardstock. I printed one side, flipped around and printed the other. So all I need to do now is just cut, and my postcard will be ready. And I've done a couple here just to show you what they look like when they're done. They look really nice. Okay, so that's the back. You can use them to write your notes, or just to add to your journals as decorations. You can even use them in the mail if they're sturdy enough. Alright, the other way you can use those is you can use, for example, these backings. You can print this page, glue it onto some thicker paper or cardstock, and decorate the front any way you like. Use whatever you've got and create your own unique postcards. That's another way of doing it. Alright, so that's my new digital kit called Forest Whispers. As I said, available as PDF, either A4 or letter format. You get both files, and then you decide which one you want to print, depending on what paper you use. In the next few weeks, I will be using this kit and showing you what you can do with it and how I use it to make journals. So until then, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and see you soon. Bye!